What's happening, Delco? I'm Dawn Ranieri, and welcome to the What's Happening Delco podcast. Today, I'm joined by Rich Shane of Remax. Rich, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, Dawn. I'm thrilled. I'm enthused. I'm so happy to be here. We're changing roles, and I'm being interviewed this time.
I know. This is amazing.
This is fun.
So what do you do?
I'm a real estate agent. I've been serving the real estate community since 1998. I work in Delco, but I also work in areas like Chester, Bucks, Montgomery, and Philadelphia.
That's very impressive. So what can people expect when they work with you?
You know, what they can expect, I feel, is a commitment to their goals. Really, it's about serving my clients. It's about doing what I can to really help them reach and achieve what they're looking to accomplish. A lot of times it's buying a home for the first time, selling a home for the first time, and moving up. And when I work with move-up buyers, it's different from when they initially bought that house because now they may have children. Now they may have more stuff. Now they may have different needs or different criteria for why they're buying that new house from the house they bought. I work with investors. It's working with their goals, cash flow, or are they looking to build equity? I work with some investors that are buying houses when their children are born, and that house becomes perhaps college tuition or a house that can be left to them when they graduate, and now they've already built up this wonderful sense of equity and home ownership at that time.
So what sets you apart?
I feel what sets me apart is I've looked at real estate for the last almost 25 years as relationships. As, you know, I get to help my friends, and the people that are referred to me by my existing clients and business partners, they become my new friends. And I've always seen real estate as a relationship opportunity rather than being transactional. Mm-hmm. And, you know, in a lot of ways, yeah, I mean, we as real estate agents, we need to make money. This is our livelihood. We need to make sure there's gas in the car and the lights are on. But I look at the way, you know, when I get paid, it's when I get a referral from a client. It's not helping them whether they settle or buy or sell. It's the payment that I did a good job, or somebody who's really impressed and happy with the work they did, that they want to refer me to their friends and family.
So what other services do you provide in your real estate?
I also do property management, besides helping buyers and sellers and investors, you know, purchase homes or sell homes. But I also do property management, where that first started when I helped a client. He bought a home and then he was transferred for work. And it was too early in the process where there was going to be money to be made and equity built up to sell the property. He would have sold it as a loss. He knew that I had rental property. I, you know, had my own, you know, management that I did of my own properties. And he said, would you be willing to, you know, manage this for me? And I said, yeah. And, you know, just transferring, making sure that the tenants are screened and, you know, maintenance issues are answered in a timely manner. I really enjoy that property management side as well.
So what was your motivation to get into real estate?
I was in the restaurant business for 16 years. And wow. I was on the road doing motion picture catering, had built up, it paid extremely well. I purchased my first home, and I was bit by the real estate bug. I would stay up late and watch Carlton Sheets, those infomercials late at night. So I'd watch those, and I got very interested in rental investment, flipping houses, buying rental properties and things of that nature. And when, you know, I love the restaurant industry, but, you know, it doesn't allow sometimes time freedom, opportunities to be with friends. Your friends become your coworkers in that restaurant. If you've made plans and it's a Saturday night and the dishwasher calls out, well, somebody's got to wash the dishes and somebody's got to make sure that the customers are fed. So I really started looking into real estate as more of a livelihood. And I had been working with one real estate agent at the time who was helping me look for properties. And he said, you know, you're not making me a lot of money. You know, I don't make a lot of money on these transactions, but I think you'd be really good at being a real estate agent. I'm like, I could do that? And one thing led to another. I took classes at night at Montgomery County Community College and got my license. And it turned out the instructor had a real estate company, a very independent, small real estate company. And he, at that time, needed an administrative assistant. And it was fortuitous because this gave me a job right away. So I had some income, but I learned a vast amount about the real estate industry and the business and things. It was like almost an accelerated learning curve to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm. In 25 years, look at you now.
Look at me now.
So why did you choose to work in Delco?
I chose to work in Delco. Well, I live in Delco, and I'm extremely familiar with the community. It's funny because, I love the different style of houses. I love, you could be in one area and you could be, working in $1 million mansion, right? Millions of dollars mansions on, acres of land. And you could also be in, Drexel Hill and these little twins or these older style houses that, there's so much character to Delco. There's so much character to the houses. You've got your multi-unit properties, you've got your duplexes, you've got these larger homes that were converted into triplexes and, 4-unit properties. So there's so much to, there's so many different varieties. You never get bored with the houses in Delco.
So besides the homes in Delco, what else do you love about Delco?
Well, I'm outdoors. I love being outdoors, and I love biking. I love biking around Delco. Some people would say it could be a little hazardous. 252, I love biking that way. You'll find me on, Westchester Pike. You'll find me on Baltimore Pike. I love being outside. I love the hiking. I bike through Ridley Creek State Park. This is I sometimes wonder, this is a very fitness-oriented community, as many are.
Yes.
But I really get a sense that people are really fitness conscious, which I am, health conscious, which I am. But that's one of the things that radiates for me at Delco, and I enjoy that.
Awesome. So why do you get up every day to open your business?
I get up every day to open my business because I never know what that day is going to bring. I'm excited about what I get to accomplish or who I get to help or what new opportunity I'm going to have with a new client that, they have these goals, they have these needs. But I also look at getting up as I have a structured life, I have a habit and a system built life. And that's very comfortable for me. So it's the same habits and rituals every day. So some of that almost seems programmed in a way. Mm-hmm. It's like an automatic pilot. And I love going through that. I love the little wins that get accomplished through the day. And the motivation of challenging myself and seeing the things that I can accomplish, different new things that I can get done that I never expected, or plateaus that I can exceed that I've reached, and then I can go farther.
So share with us where people can find you.
Well, they can find me on the web at www.richshane.com. I am on Instagram at RichShaneRemax.
Well, I think if they just Google your name.
If you Google my name, you're going to find that. You're going to find some fermented adventures. You're going to find all sorts of stuff, listings, and it'll be fun. I'm also on LinkedIn, Rich Shane as well.
All right, so you know what's coming next, right?
I don't know. I don't listen to this podcast.
So if you were going for pizza, where in Delco are you going?
I'll tell you what. Super Bowl just came and went. I know we're still Delco. We're still licking our wounds. But I have to say, I had a pizza from Providence Pizza and pizza from Newtown Square Pizza. Both phenomenal. Now, I don't eat a lot of pizza, but when I do, and I can appreciate it's a really great pizza. I had the Gyro Pizza at Newtown Square, and we had this Calypso Pizza, I think, at Providence that had bacon and pineapple. They were both delicious pizzas.
How about cheesesteaks?
Cheesesteaks. Johnny Paisanos.
Yeah.
And they were a guest on, I believe, the What's Happening Delco podcast, weren't they?
They sure were.
They were. Delco Steaks is right up the street. One of these days, we're going to have to venture in. The original Thunderbird makes a really nice cheesesteak. So these are what we find in the area. And I know quite a few people have named cheesesteak places and pizza places that I'd still like to go and get to and try out. But I got to keep that figure.
So if people are coming to visit you, where in Delco are you taking them?
Well, I know a lot of people say it. It's on State Street in Media. I think is a really fun time. Yep. But, knowing our fermented adventure side and the enjoyment of adult beverages, we have Four Fingers Brewery in Delco. We have 2SP. We also have Sterling Pig, which is, close to Media. But, I think a lot of what I would do is it'd be cocktails in Media. It would be some breweries in the area. We have Four Birds up in Havertown. Mm-hmm. So, it might just be we could find some of these older bars and just, the gems of Delco and just explore it that way. That's how I would do my my take on Delco for somebody coming to the area.
Sounds like a fun time. So I know the answer to this one, but...
Wawa. No, you know what? I have to say, for all, no kidding aside, but I do go into Royal Farms because they have a bathroom there. And I need to go sometimes, and a Wawa just isn't close enough. So I make sure I go to the bathroom, and then Wawa coffee or the delicious things at Wawa, I'm all over that. And they also have Jocko products. Jocko Willink, they have Jocko Fuel, they have the Mulk. I'm all about that. So you got to stop there for their protein and their energy stuff too.
Got it. Well, Rich, this has been a pleasure having you on the other side of the podcast. So, Delco community, if you are looking to buy or sell your home, or you're looking for a rental, reach out to Rich Shane at Remax. Rich, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you. I'll tell you what, I think we're just going to let you take over the podcast now, and I'm just going to enjoy editing and, let the people in Delco hear your vivacious tones.
We'll see about that.
Let the people of Delco hear your perspective for once in a while. See you soon, Delco.